Hey everybody, this is Spencer with Defense Training. I'm going to go over caliber today, some myths and misconceptions of caliber, things caliber does, things caliber doesn't do. My point of view on it after research and study on several different avenues of researching and studying it, the effectiveness of it and then the ballistics of it. I've looked at both realms. I've looked over a 10-year study. Went over it, and it goes from 22 long rifle all the way up to 44 Magnum handgun caliber. Concealed carry caliber is what I'm going to go over today. There's myths and misconceptions. There's so many caliber out there. If you look at the chart behind me, we start at the 22 long rifle at your upper left, or 22 short actually, the upper left, and it goes all the way down to the lower bottom at your 460 Smith & Wesson. However, you got your 40 here simply because it's shorter than 9mm, your 9mm, your 45s over here, 357 Magnum, and so on and so forth. If you look at all the different types of handgun caliber, now not all of these are typical handgun caliber, and you're not going to find them in a concealed carry realm as much. However, there's so many people and so many guns out there, they carry, somebody carries one of all those. There's somebody out there that carries a caliber or all the calibers that's up there. But there are myths and misconceptions of caliber. They even make, the tourist judge or the governor uses 410 shotgun shells. Hey, that's great, but there's a misconception there. Hey, all I have to do with this shotgun shell is point it in the direction. It's simply not true. You have to still aim and hit your target with good shot placement. Even a shotgun, a 12-gauge shotgun, I have an 18-inch, the minimum legal barrel of a shotgun, 12-gauge shotgun, and I shot at a target, and at the target at 21 feet, I don't know how many of you out there are some of you, but how many of you out there are actually going to have 21 feet in a home defense situation to shoot at? And even at 21 feet with birdshot, I suggest birdshot. The reason I suggest birdshot is you won't have over penetration through walls. Typically birdshot within a few feet, even with sheetrock, will stop. Buckshot's going to continue to go through, and it will have likelihood of hitting somebody else. And that's typical of that. So I suggest birdshot. Birdshot is effective enough within that close range. But even at 21 feet, you've only got a 4.5-inch spread with birdshot. You've got hundreds of pellets, and it only spreads out 4.5 inches. However, you get out to 30 yards, sure, it's going to create a huge spread, and can you hit 3 or 4 people with it? Absolutely. But you're not going to have that in a home defense situation. Personally, I don't even like a shotgun in a home defense situation, especially I live in a ranch house, so it's kind of close quarters. I've got a hallway and some bedrooms, so it's kind of close quarters, so I'm going to have to take that shotgun, aim it down, and come around a doorway, and I simply don't like that. I like my pistol. I like getting here. Even with the AR-15, I don't like it in a home defense situation, or not my home defense situation. If you do, more power to you. That's wonderful. Do your ballistic studies and do your over penetration studies, because you don't want that AR-15 round going through too many walls, or that shotgun buckshot going through too many walls and hurting somebody. But we're going to go over mostly handgun calibers. I hear, oh my goodness, you've got to have a 45. 45 is the only thing with stopping power. 40, it's got to be 9mm or better. Now, do you have maybe a greater chance and better ballistics with a 9mm and higher? Yes, you do. But I was watching a video the other day, and they said, I suggest a 9mm or higher, because at that point, you don't have to have as good a shot placement. It's simply not true. It's simply not true. How many articles have you read? Guy was shot 40 times with a 9mm. Oh, well, that's why I go to 45. Guy was shot 43 times with a 45. Oh, well, that's why I go in between and a 40. Guy was shot 30 times with a 40. So if it's giving me a better chance, why is it not stopping him at 20, 30, 40 times? Oh, well, he was on drugs. Okay. Guess what? Your attacker, what kind of percentage do you think he's going to be on drugs? It's very, very high. It is shot placement. I don't care what caliber you have. I don't care if you're using a 22 short, and I don't care if you're using a 45. It is shot placement. Even with the 44 mag, shot placement. If I hit somebody right here with a 44 mag, is it going to stop them? No, it's not. Is it maybe going to take part of their arm out right here? Sure. But it's not going to typically stop them if they're all adrenaline and drugged up. It's shot placement. My suggestion to you is do your research. go shoot a gun. And if you can handle a 9mm, I typically carry a 9. I don't carry. I love a 357. 357 is my favorite round, simply because of ballistics. I can handle it, and it makes the ballistics gel spread wide and look crazy. It's a cool round. I love it, but I don't typically carry it. It's too big, it's too bulky. In my revolver, it's not that big and bulky, but I don't have as many rounds as I would like, and I can't load it as fast as I would like, so I carry a mid-size 9mm. I do carry a single stack, but I have extra magazines on me, so I've got 9+1 and then 3 extra magazines on me. You know, if you want to go to a full size like a Glock that's got you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 rounds, more power to you. If that's what you want to carry and you can carry it and you're comfortable with carrying it, go for it. I do believe in more rounds. You may need them, you may not. You may not ever need it, I hope, which I hope is what the case is. But if you've got somebody or you personally can't shoot at that 9mm or shoot that 45 and hit the broadside of a barn, it is doing you no good. Shooting somebody here with a 45 is not doing you any good. You've got to get them in here, center of mass, where your vital stuff is. And I'm not going to go into that. I'll go into that in another video. But if you hit them in a vital spot with a 22, guess what? You're going to have more likelihood of stopping them than you're going to have with missing them or hitting them up here with a 45. Hitting them here with a 45, that extra ballistics or that extra force trauma isn't doing any good right here. In here, maybe, but you're hitting them here with the 22, somewhere in here, you're doing a lot better. Now, I'm not saying rush out and buy your 22. My suggestion is get the highest caliber up to a 9 that you can handle and shoot very accurately in a aggressive attack situation. Go to that caliber that you can handle. Go to that caliber that you can aim and you can point and you can hit your target accurately, even in that stressful situation. Personally, I'm not a fan of a 45. A lot of people love 45s. That's great. It's got a good, slow, hard hit. I like penetration, so I go with the 9. I like the penetrating value of the 9. And as well as I can have a smaller gun, not as much recoil, I can get multiple shots off and have more ammunition. And the same size gun as the 45s wouldn't be able to do that. They would have less ammunition and it'd be a lot more recoil. My wife doesn't like the 9mm, however, she likes the 380, and she's very accurate with 380. Very, very accurate. So we've done our research. We got the cartridges that we like, the brand ammunition that we like, and she's very accurate, very capable, and she'll do just as much damage as I can with a 9mm or a 357 Magnum. She does not like a 357 Magnum. It's too much recoil for her. However, 38 Special is a wonderful choice for a revolver. The 38 Special. A lot of ladies have gone to revolvers and they're going to 38 Specials. They're even making 9mm in the revolvers, etc., etc. But do know the 9mm revolver is not going to have the same ballistics as a 9mm in a semi-automatic. It's not going to be there. It's going to be more 380 ballistics. So your ballistics go down, but it's not all about ballistics. It's about shot placement. Go to the caliber you can handle and handle well in an attack situation. And if you've never trained for an attack situation, you need to. You need to get some force-on-force training, because it's not like shooting a target. Shooting this target that's standing still, that's not moving, is not a stressful situation. You need to get into a stress-inoculated situation and train that way. That's why we use airsoft. We use airsoft for this kind of situation. We use moving targets. We use sound inoculation. You know, you get somebody with a buzzer behind you, start buzzing while you're trying to shoot. Do some push-ups, do some running in place. But it's not about the size of the bullet, it's about the shot placement. If I can place 4 or 5 good 22 shots in a great location, but I can't hit them anywhere near close to where I need to hit them with my 9, then I need to go on down. And I'm not saying go to the 22. I do carry a pocket 22 every once in a while when I'm wearing some shorts and a t-shirt and I don't really have anywhere to hide my other guns. I just throw it in my pocket and I'm good to go, especially working around the yard. But the myths and misconception is leading people astray, and it's having, especially what I'm seeing, these older ladies come in with these 9s, with these really small 9s, or with these really small 45s, or even these really large 45s. I've had some older ladies come in with these large 45s because their husband said this is what you need to stop an attacker, and they can't even hold a gun up. So then they hit it and recoil, and they've got arthritis and all this good stuff, and the gun kicks way back and they can't get that second shot off. That is not the gun for them. If that's what you're doing, that is not the gun for you. If you're doing that with a 9, that is not the gun for you. If you're doing that with a 380, that is not the gun for you. If you can't get that second shot down quick enough to get it back to back, that is not the gun for you. But say you can get it out, and the 380 though, you can actually handle the 380. You may want to look at a 380. And I'm not trying to push anybody on any kind of caliber, because all calibers can be effective in the right situation with the right shot placement. All calibers will do their job. So do your research, go to the ranges and try your guns. And I'm not going to limit you to whatever caliber. I do suggest starting at a mid-range 9. Get a mid-size 9mm at the gun range, see if you can handle it. If you can't handle it, go down. If you think you can handle it with training, work on it. Do some shooting with it. Make sure you can handle it. But I see too many people that takes it and it's just flopping all over their hands, and they never can calm it down. If you can't calm it down, especially with an instructor within the first session, that's not the gun for you. However, if you can calm that 380 or you can calm that 32 down, etc., etc. 22 mag's got good ballistics for a small bullet. I do like the 22 mag. It has become one of my more popular or favorite smaller calibers. It is not my favorite caliber. It is becoming more and more popular, or more favorite to me. So make sure that you do your research. Make sure you go to the ranges and try them out. Make sure you can shoot whatever. Don't listen to these people that say, oh, you've got to have this caliber. That is just simply not true. Shot placement is 100% more effective than any caliber you can have out there in a handgun. Shot placement is where it's at. It is not about caliber per se if you can't handle that caliber. If you can handle a 9mm and you can train with it and you can get to where you can use it effectively, more power to you. But if you can't, look at a lower caliber. 9mm, go to your 380, go to your 38 special, etc., etc., and keep going down till you can handle it. And I don't mean picking it up for the first time and, oh my goodness, this has got a little recoil. If it just feels a little recoil, you can handle that. But if you're with somebody or you're the one that they shoot, and you just, I mean, this thing's about to flip out of your hand, that's not the caliber for you. I shot a 500 Magnum one time, and I'm going to tell you what, that son gun kicked way over my head. That's not the gun for concealed carry for me. Was it fun to shoot? Sure, but I'm not going to carry it because I couldn't get a second shot off in time. Make sure you can get that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth shot off fast enough to stop your attacker. Don't buy into the myth of, oh my goodness, you've got to have this caliber. If you can't handle that caliber, that's not the gun for you. Make sure you get a caliber you can handle. Again, all the calibers back here, there's so many out there, you can choose all kind of different calibers. This is Spencer with Defense Training. I'm just going over some myths and misconceptions because I don't want you led wrong. People leading wrong, saying you've got to have this high of a caliber, that's doing you no good because you're not going to stop the attacker because you're not going to hit him anyway. Make sure you can hit him. If you can't hit the attacker with the caliber you've got, you know, you might as well have a baseball bat. It'd do you a lot better. That gun's not going to do you any good if you can't hit him. Get the caliber that you can handle, that you're comfortable with, and you can use to stop that attacker. Again, go to our website, www.defensetraining.org. Look over our website, good stuff. We offer classes and all that good stuff. And most of all, if you have a CWP, make sure you're training and carrying. If you don't have a concealed weapons permit in your state that requires it, go get one. The statistics are there with the concealed weapons permits and carrying, and the crime rates are dropping more and more the more concealed weapons carriers we have. So make sure you go get one. Again, Spencer with Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed.